Hey everyone, on the topic of relative metrics, very quickly going to explain this to you by using two waterfront examples. Okay, so when it comes to houses, a relative metric to use is X dollars per square footage. Okay, so if this waterfront property is going for $800,000 in general, okay, next door to it, this is, you can't really see, but it's a trailer home with a deck attached. It's also a waterfront property. Let's just say this trailer home is going for $600,000. That's a price tag. And this gorgeous home right here is going for $800,000. Which one is more expensive? Okay, just because the gorgeous home has a higher price tag, $800,000, and the trailer home is going for $600,000, you'd be like, well, the home sounds cheaper. Why? Because automatically, when you divide it by the square footage, okay, that home, the gorgeous home, has more square footage. On top of that, it actually has a house on the property, right? So let's just say this gorgeous home is actually going for $600 per square foot, and the trailer home is going for, I don't know, $900 a square foot. When you look at the relative metric, the gorgeous home with a higher price tag is actually cheaper. Okay, just because it has a higher price tag on an absolute basis, it does not mean it's more expensive. So when it comes to companies, same thing. Just because a stock is trading at $2,000 per share, it doesn't mean it's expensive. Because when you look at a relative metric, such as price to earnings, okay, so companies are often compared to each other on the basis of how much money they bring in per dollar of earnings. Okay, price to earnings, PE ratio is one of those relative metrics they use to compare companies. Puts everyone on a level playing field, because no two companies are identical. Companies have different revenue structures, different cost structures, different revenue models. Okay, by using a relative metric, by dividing all the companies by how much dollar they bring in, it puts them on a level field and it makes them more comparable. And then you can gauge relative to one another whether one company is more expensive than the other. Okay, so keep that in mind. Judging a stock price just by its sheer value, to say whether it's expensive or cheap, that is very incorrect. So keep that in mind.